Hey Buzz, welcome to the Zoom. We got some questions for you. We'll start off with Travis Brown from the Bryan College Station Eagle.
Hey, Coach. Well, you go, I believe it's 18 for 30 in that stretch to the middle of the game and then missed the last 15 shots. Is that the best offensive streak that the team has had, do you think, so far? And then what kind of do you attribute to that kind of falling off the cliff there at the end?
And Travis, I thought we played incredibly hard. I thought it was the most connected we had been all season, not just in conference play. I thought you could hear it. I thought you could see it. I thought you could feel it. So encouraged, not taken away from the stats that you're talking about, nor trying to dodge your question. You're right. Whatever that was, the last 8 minutes, man, can we make a basket? I understand. But the effort and the tenacity in which we tried is so encouraging. And I think that effort and the spirit in which we were connected and competing with, I honestly believe that's why we did have a sustainable period of offense. But when you look at how well we were on the glass against a team that's talented enough to win the national championship, as well as we did at trying to keep them out of what we call the box. They only got to the box 35% of the time. That's easily the best we've done. Just really thankful and excited about how hard all 11 guys played along with Luke. I mean, I just thought we gave our absolute best.
Yeah, you kind of moved right into what I was going to ask next. It seemed like right there, out 2 minutes in, things aren't going great. You bring in the line change, and I think the entire difference was Savion. How important was it? How much did that come back to Savion and what he was able to do to kind of spark everyone else to get into that energy?
Well, as I've said before, I think Olin asked the last time, man, Save's great. I hope that someday my boys turn out to be just as good of people as he is. But, 45 minutes of J, Save, and Q was the question after Ole Miss, where they literally gave us 0 points and 1 rebound. But it's not just about them. But when they can have a presence, and it changes our team. But even if it would have been Papa who scored his first basket, Jackson who got an offensive rebound putback, no matter who it is, we just need everybody to be their best. And I thought in many respects, it was the best each person had been in all season.
With where y'all have kind of come from in the last couple of games, I mean, do you chalk a lot of this up in the moral victory column and say like, hey, this is where we can move from here?
I'll say this, Travis, and I know I really like you, and so I know I'm not supposed to say this publicly. I don't know that we're to the point that we can exclusively be only about the result. I think the thing that we've struggled with is being able to sustain effort, being able to sustain, can we get the ball on the rim, being able to sustain, we're only going to give the opponent 1 shot. And I understand you see that on game day, but the volatility of that we have struggled with in practice. And so moral victory, I don't know. I'm not consumed with the result yet. And I know I shouldn't say that as the head coach relative to how much money they're paying me, but I think the results will come when the process of what we need to do every day becomes more consistent. We have even shrunk the focus even more on what we're trying to accomplish on both ends. And that narrow path that we're on was visible tonight. Lowest number of turnovers for the season, lowest turnover percentage of the season, best job that we've had on the offensive glass, 15 rebounds. We almost doubled them in offensive rebounds. Last game against LSU, they scored 21 points on offensive rebounds alone. They scored 15 points in transition alone. So we did so many good things, but I think a portion of it was our staff's ability to focus what we worked on Sunday and Monday. And I think it came to life on the first Tuesday game that we've had in January. And so I'm excited for that we finally had some sustainability.
Appreciate it, Coach.
All right, let's move to Olin Buchanan from Texags and then Mike Lucas.
Yeah, Buzz, when you are down about 17, how do you keep your guys, or did you ever have the on the bench a feeling that, you know, those guys were, you know, frustrated or concerned? How did you keep those guys still feeling like that it wasn't going to be, you know, another frustrating night?
So you remember, Olin, I went to a little country town school, so I'm sure you went to a private school where you were
No,
but
I'm a country guy.
okay. Well, you remember when me and you were in third grade and the teacher would say, put your hand under your chin so you can count the number of syllables in a word. And so we did that after the Ole Miss game. Responsible, and responsible is a compound word. And where we have struggled is our ability to respond has been poor. And I think where we have to improve is in our ability to respond, how we respond when things are bad, how we respond when things are good. Because the best competitors, the best CEOs, the best businesses, it's the consistency at which they produce. It's the consistency. You go to Chick-fil-A, no matter where you go, because you know exactly what you're going to get. Same with Cracker Barrel for me and you. But the point is our ability to respond hasn't been good in practice, hasn't been good in games. And what we've tried to focus on are on that narrow path that I mentioned with Travis, our ability to handle things when they're good and our ability to handle things when they're bad. And I thought tonight, regardless of the score, regardless of the offensive struggles the last 8 minutes, even regardless when we were like making more shots than we've made all season, regardless of some of the things that transpired at the free throw line, I thought our ability to respond was much, much, much better and not even close to what it has been this season. I thought there were remnants of some of our responses last year.
And
Olin, can you fix that?
Yeah, just with the way your senior guys that we talked about struggled in their last game, did you sense anything out of them, frustration or anything that would have given you some kind of indication that they were going to come back and play as well tonight as they did?
I think that my only talent as a person is my ability to build trustful relationships with people. I don't know that I would hire myself to be a coach, but I think that I'm good at building relationships built on trust. And then once that's established, at trying to push that person to be their best. I've told Save the truth since the day I've met him. When he's good, I say he's good. When he's bad, I say he's bad. Same with Jay, same with every player, here and otherwise. That's the only thing I know to do. I'm not saying it's a gift in an arrogant way. I just think it's the best thing that I bring to a team is the ability to tell them the truth and then try to push them to be better. I don't think we have been our best, regardless of how old they are, at all this year. We've seen glimpses of ceilings. We've seen glimpses of potential, but collectively, we haven't been our best. And when we have multiple guys, whether they're old or not, that are not their best, we don't have a margin where we can overcome that. LSU is as talented as anybody in the country. And we don't have a margin to be thinking about their talent. We have to be consumed with how we can maximize the ceiling and how we want to play on both ends relative to our roster, our spirit, our heart, our guts. And I thought tonight we did that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, let's go to Mike Lucas from KAGS, and then we'll finish with John Wilson.
Hey, Coach, during the stretch in the middle of the game where you guys seem to be making everything, did you see anything different offensively from your team, as in things they hadn't been doing in previous games that may have worked this game?
Mike, where were you the last time somebody subbed in for you?
On Saturday, I was covering track. I did not get to watch the game on Saturday. I apologize.
It was me, Coach. It was me, Coach.
Hey, Mike, I like this guy right here.
Justin? He's not too bad.
Who do y'all work for?
We're the NBC station in town.
Like TV station?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wow, you guys are doing it. Here's what I would say, Mike. If you study the numbers percentage-wise, it reveals our problem in scoring. But the layer under that is if you study our turnover percentage issues, entering tonight, we were 340th. So what ends up happening is, yes, we don't make a lot of shots, but the problem is we don't shoot enough shots because we give the ball to the other team. So tonight, for the first time, we shot, think about this, we shot 14 more balls than they did. Incredible. Partly because we did a really good job on the offensive glass, easily the best job we've done from a turnover situation. And the other piece to that is they more than doubled the free throws we shot. I believe the first 9 times they scored were free throw related, and one, fouling a 3-point shooter, etc. So for us, I know this sounds really simple. We just need to get the ball on the rim. That means that we didn't turn it over. That means we have a chance to get fouled. And that means that we have a chance to get an offensive rebound. We didn't run any different plays, any new plays. It was words we use. We don't want any freestyling. When it's Mike's turn to shoot, Mike shoot it. When it's Justin's turn to shoot, Justin shoot it. We don't need Justin to turn down a shot and then that shot turns into something worse and or potentially a turnover. And I thought that, which we've been saying, but I thought we executed that much better.
And do you think good shooting is contagious from game to game? Like, can you carry good shooting from one game over to the next, or is it on a game-to-game basis?
This is what I think. I think the harder you play and the tougher you compete and the more you care, the more somebody that's not at the game, that's paying attention, make sure that the ball goes in. That's what I think.
Appreciate it as always, Coach.
Soft, scared, timid, sensitive, the ball doesn't go in. Tough, care, shoes squeaking, a lot of people chattering, a lot of daps, a lot of sprinting to the huddle, a lot of high fives, more balls go in.
All right, we got one more question from John Wilson, KBTX.
Coach, with all of the things that your team did well tonight that you've talked about this evening, how valuable is this game to be able to teach from, not maybe just tomorrow, but moving forward?
That was, John, that is spot on, pal. That's the whole deal. We're off tomorrow because we played today. Last week that was a different week because of the cancellation. So we've worked Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So we're off tomorrow. On Thursday, when we go back, are we going to start from this point relative to our spirit, relative to the lessons we learned? Or are we going to exhale physically, mentally, and emotionally and have to start back over? And the sign of maturity is just take a baby step on the path to get better and not regress. And I think that's going to end up being the whole key. Our guys knew when it was happening. They knew in the huddles, they knew at the timeouts, they knew at the halftime, they knew postgame. Man, we tried really hard and we were doing some things that we were supposed to do. And you could hear it and you could feel it and you could see it. When we get back on Thursday, can we start where we finished tonight? That'll be the whole key.
Thank you, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Paul.
That's a wrap. Thanks, Coach.